There's been a lot said over Trump's indictment over the last couple of days, but now that it's actually happened this morning, we found out there's going to be no gag order as far as we know. They're trying to get Trump on as many as 34 different counts of possible felonies at this point, which is a joke, no doubt about it. But the thing I do like about what is going on, this is going to help Trump in the long run. And Sean Hannity speaks about that a little bit, and he touches on something that I will get to in the next video clip as well, involving retribution. If they can go after Trump for anything they want to, and able to make stuff up in order to try to find a crime, because they have the person, kind of that Stalinistic mentality, I think we should be able to go find real crimes against the Democrats and prosecute them as well. I've heard several people in the last couple of days, including Rick Grinnell, say it should be time for people to start going after these crazy Democrats that are definitely more criminally indictable than Trump. No doubt about it. Now let's go ahead and get into this little bitty short clip I'm going to play you of Sean Hannity. And he does have a couple of great points here. And I think, like he says here, it's going to turn out better than expected in the end, after we have to go through this crap for a year or so to find out that there was no there. This is just one of many indictments that will probably be thrown at Trump over the next year, because they're going to do everything they can to silence him, stop him from running, and do what they can to prevent him from being the next president. And that's what this is all about. We all know it at this point. Let's go ahead and get into what Sean Hannity had to say. I thought he made a couple of really great points here, and I got a couple more clips that corroborate some of this information.
And when Joe leaves office, or should I say the big guy, he's likely going to want to hire some good lawyers himself, because this new era of political justice, if you want to call it that, will not begin and end at the criminal court in Manhattan. As Tom Fitton of Judicial Watch stated, quote, "You can be sure that there are prosecutors all across Florida and Texas right now looking for a state law hook into the Biden family. And if they're not doing their jobs." We should have equal justice, right? Equal application of our laws. The former chief counsel for judicial nominations, Mike Davis, he told the Post, quote, "If New York can turn a routine settlement of a business dispute 7 years ago into a felony, I think Republican AGs and DAs should get creative." So I hope this is, all worth it to Alvin Bragg and all the cheerleaders in the Democratic Party and the cheerleaders in the media mob, the far-left New Yorkers who elected him on a promise to go after Trump. That was a specific promise. And I hope he enjoys his 15 minutes of fame and his celebrity status with the media mob, because Bragg's idiotic, small-minded prosecution, this will likely all backfire. In fact, it already is backfiring. Donald Trump raised a whopping $7.5.
Now, this is where it gets good, folks. Trump raised $5 million in the first 24 hours of his indictment, or hearing of his indictment, and now we're on like day 3 of this whole shenanigans thing going down. And they say Trump has raised an estimated $7.5 million so far. And anybody that wants to support Trump and his cause, it doesn't hurt to send him $5 or $10 to his campaign directly, not to the RNC, because they would just take your money and try to put somebody else in there in Trump's place. So if you want to support Trump today, if everybody that was conservative today took $5 out of their wallet and sent it to the Trump organization today, just to show a little support for our president, I think it would hurt nothing at this point. It would just be a show of support more than anything. So let's make this number grow. Let's make the support for Trump raise go up and up and up. Now listen to this part too. This is great about the volunteers. I think Trump will have no problem finding people willing to join his team, volunteer, and help him with anything they can in the future. I love this. This is great stuff.
$5 million, apparently. We got an update tonight since news of the indictment broke, with over $1 million coming from first-time donors. Also a report today that since the indictment, close to 20,000 people have signed on to volunteer and help President Trump and his 2024 campaign. And that's not all. Look at these brand new polls. Look at Trafalgar. That's Robert Cahaley's group. curve. Trump has gained 12 points, gone up 20% in the Republican primary, and is now well over 50%. A poll from Yahoo and YouGov has him at 57%. Matt Towery's Insider Advantage also has Trump at 57%, 80% now believing that the government has been weaponized. Now, Trump is now running neck and neck with Biden in a general election and beating outright Kamala Harris handily in a head-to-head matchup. Bragg's insidious attempt to get Donald Trump might well catapult him right back to the White House. Anyway, here with reaction is Trump attorney Joe Tacopina.
Now, I'm going to jump into a couple more clips, folks, for you. This was actually before the indictment, so all this information this Mr. Tacopino is given is a little bit late to the game. So I'll go ahead and jump into a couple articles I wanted to get into as well. I thought that was pretty interesting what Sean Hannity said, and he's right. Just like, and Tom Fenton said this too as well. We need to get motivated and activated to go after these criminals involved in our government. If they can indict Trump over anything and everything, there's a whole lot of people out there that need to be indicted for far worse possible criminal charges. Now, let's go ahead and get into this. I had a couple of clips here for you I thought were just great. Now, Karine Jean-Pierre, this is her response. This is a crazy, crazy response. I can't believe anybody even accepted this as the truth sitting in that room. You know, the journalists sitting in there, including Peter Doocy, you know, they don't like being lied to. Nobody does. And let me show you something that I meaned out this morning. It says these are political leaders who have taken their political opponents out by having them arrested. We got Stalin, we got Hitler, we got Mao, and we got, of course, Joe Biden. He's now right on in with the rest of the sickos, tyrants, as I call these folks. Now let's go ahead and get into this Karine Jean-Pierre. Now she is trying to stand up for Biden, but it just is not going too well.
When we first learned about the indictment, the president was not given a heads up. He was briefed by his chief of staff, and he learned about this just like all of you through the reporting.
I'm calling bullshit on that one. Biden found out about the indictment from the news. Are you kidding me? We all know this stuff comes from the top down.
We just have to demonstrate that he will not take power by, if he does run, making sure he, under legitimate efforts of our Constitution, does not become the next president again.
I'm going to play that for you again. Listen to what he says.
We just have to demonstrate that he will not take power by, if he does run, making sure he, under legitimate efforts of our Constitution, does not become the next president again.
It was kind of a veiled attempt at a word salad that basically says that we're doing everything we can to prevent Trump from running again. Any other way you take it, that's what he meant. Everybody knows it. That is sad, sad situation in our country when we got people like Joe Biden deciding the future of Donald Trump's freedom. That is just ridiculous. This is political persecution on the highest level. I don't know what else to say about it other than it's just plumb shameful that's going on in our country. Now let's see here. My internet is moving really slow today. I wonder if it has anything to do with all this Trump news coming out. The very first of that video clip was the part that I really thought was interesting. Listen to what Peter Doocy says.
Biden is a lawyer. Is he
and the president of the United States and the commander-in-chief, but go ahead.
He is, but as a lawyer, is he concerned at all that a local DA indicting a former president could, down the line, open up the possibility, set the precedent, that local DAs that don't like former President Biden could indict him?
I'm not going to comment from here.
Why don't you have more to say about the Trump indictment?
It is an ongoing case, and I've been very clear about that. We've been prudent about that, not commenting on ongoing cases, and we're going to stick to that.
But for
Peter?
better or worse, all that anybody in the country is talking about at this exact moment while we're in here is Trump. And they look here to find out what the White House thinks about it. And
Well, I think the American people should feel reassured that when there is an ongoing case like this,
There is nothing reassuring, or I was going to call her the Black Jen Psaki. I better not say that. Hey, folks, we do a show every Thursday night on the Minutemen Show. It is on William Archibald's channel or on American Patriot News channel, and it is usually 5, 6, 7 of us over there talking about the news of the week every Thursday, 5, 6, or 7 o'clock, depending on your time zone. And we're also doing another live show tonight, Tuesday night, while Trump is discussing the events of today from Mar-a-Lago. We'll be doing a live broadcast involving the breaking news on that as well. Come check us out, American Patriot News Channel or William Archibald Channel. There will be a bunch of us over there tonight and every Thursday night, just doing our thing. 7 o'clock tonight for anybody in the Central Time Zone. Like, subscribe, and share. To go to